All right, so the last one I'm going to read here is chapter 2 from Isabella Kirkwood called Wondrous Geometry. Well, Isabella asked herself questions about how she was able to do this. What are the limits? But first, it seemed obvious to look at water vapor, since that is what clouds are made of, which led her to a Japanese scientist, right? According to this work, water molecules, the Japanese scientists' work, right? Water molecules transform when exposed to words, thoughts, and intentions, especially sound. Those molecules exposed to loving, benevolent, compassionate intentions created pleasing, symmetrical formations. So, Isabella wanted to know why she can do what she's doing. She's actually affecting clouds in the sky and not just poking holes in them, but forming cats and dogs and butterflies and all this weird stuff. And then some other force that she didn't see took over and started transforming her stuff that she was making, and so instead of freaking out, she's always a loner anyway. She doesn't mind her own company. There's people like that who exist. And so she just started studying water vapor. That's what clouds are made of course. And she came upon this Japanese scientist who did all this research on how our own thoughts and our attitudes affect the crystalline molecular formation of water, and so she was really happy about that. Okay, so wonderful crystalline patterns while water exposed to fear. Okay, so that happened, like the wonderful stuff happens when you're wonderful, right? But when exposed to fearful, discordant intentions, though that resulted in disconnected, disfigured, unpleasant formations, So the reverse is true. Like, according to this Japanese scientist, when you're looking at hate, when you're hateful or you're upset or you curse someone, that water molecules, the crystalline structure, the molecular structure, when analyzed under a microscope, it looks disfigured and unpleasant, right? So this Japanese scientist had a Buddhist monk focus on water in his experiment here to the result of wondrous geometry, right? Then she had the thought that everyone was primarily made of water, and this went far in explaining a lot, since clouds are made of water. So that's Isabella Kirkwood, the blonde girl that you saw momentarily there. Let me remove that again. Here she comes. Boom. There she is. She's gone now. And Wondrous Geometry is also on the Cloud Pusher album, or little EP here. So I read all this, I think. Alrighty. So we're going to go to Wondrous Geometry. Shout out to Brian Funk. Okay, the story so far. Isabella begins her research into her newfound abilities of pushing clouds around with her mind and creating new shapes with them as well. How on earth am I doing this? She asked herself. So she set out to do research on the effects of observation upon water molecules, okay? While not telling anyone how powerful she is in regards to pushing clouds around and creating shapes from clouds. But here's the very last song. Thank you, Kat, and anyone else who swung by and said hi and checked out this stuff. I really appreciate it.
Well, she asked herself questions about how she was able to do this. What are the limits? At first it seemed obvious to look at water vapor, since that is what clouds are made of, which led her to a Japanese scientist.